Hey, so in 2000, I I really missed it big. I missed the internet boom. One of my roommates in college, his name was Johnny, and he was telling me about this thing called internet marketing and email marketing. And it's so funny because we used to tell him, "Man, go get a job." And he used to say, "Look, man, this is going to be big." And uh, and he was right. Long story short, by the time he was 30 years old, he had already retired. He had bought a 150-acre ranch with him and his wife and his kids. And even though I had went on to IPO a big Silicon Valley, or be a part of a big IPO of a Silicon Valley startup that had 15.5 million subscribers and a $350 million a year in revenue company, our IPO wasn't anywhere near as much as Johnny had made, and we worked about 10 times more hours than he did. And I vowed to myself, I would never, never make this mistake again. And so what I did was, I remember in a year later in 2001, somebody showed me some technology. They showed me a Nextel walkie-talkie, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna not pass up this technology. And so I became one of the top sellers of this new walkie-talkie technology. Then in 2002, somebody showed me this device called a BlackBerry and mobile email, and somebody, gave me the exposure to email, and I did not miss out on that. I became one of the top sellers in that. In 2003 was when I got introduced as a sixth employee to the company Telenav, which is the company we ended up IPOing. It was a GPS navigation company, the world's first GPS navigation on phones. In 2004, I met a company called CreditTel. It was the first mobile payment system on a phone, first mobile payment application on a phone, and we did very well. And in 2006, someone told me about mobile messaging. And I used to go around to all these companies and say, mobile messaging and text messaging on phones is going to be huge. Everyone's going to be doing it. You're going to be doing it to market and market your products and services, stay in touch with your customers, and every employee that you have is going to be using it. And sure enough, it boomed as well, and we did really, really well there. And I want to tell you that just about a week ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, I got introduced to a Google approved technology, um, that is a Google approved proximity marketing beacon. Now I used to sell these. This is the type of beacon that it is, and what it is any Android device that has Bluetooth turned on that's within 100 yards of this device. Okay, any Android, whatever message I program on here, like a 40-character message is about what you get plus a URL. You put a URL link on here, but any message at all that you put on here will now show up on a phone. And as long as somebody's within 100 yards of this device, it blows up, and everyone around you will be notified about this device. So in the U.S., there's like 30 to 34% of the population has an Android device with the Bluetooth turned on. About 56% of the American population has an Android phone. So Android's really big in America. And so um, when this came about, and when I first got notified about this, um, I said, you know what, this is going to be huge. These devices now are available because Google approved this. These devices are available instead of them costing, we used to sell these in 2012 for $150,000 solutions. We'd sell them to big box retailers, McDonald's, Walmart, all kinds of big companies bought these things, and they still use them today, but they were never available for people like me and you just to use them one-on-one. And so now you can get this device for free. It's crazy. You can get this device for free. So I went ahead and partnered up with the company that's doing it, and I made it available for you guys. So if you want to know how to get this $150,000 device, and actually a lot of the deployments were in the millions of dollars to get this device, but if you want to know how to get this device for free, Just type in yes below, or like this or something, and I'll tell you exactly how to get it for free. Now there is a monthly service plan, but the plans are cheap. They're like 10 to 20 bucks instead of paying hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine if you're a marketer, and I guess you can say, who does this work for? It works for anybody who markets, okay? Anybody who's into marketing, who has anything you want to market. You want to market your book, your realtor service, you're a salesman. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be an insurance salesman. You could be a fishing guide. You could manufacture a product, or offer services to somebody, or you could be a brick and mortar local store like a chiropractor or a physician or something like that. You could be a laborer, just somebody who does labor, or a salesman for cars or whatever, a car dealership. This device will get your message out to almost 30 to 34% of anybody who's around you, and when they click on it, it'll send them over to your page where they can learn about you, your products or services or whatever. It's crazy. This thing right here, I'm just going to go on a limb and tell you that this thing right here is absolutely going to change the game. It's a groundbreaking technology. All the biggest companies in the world jumped onto it, but now it's available for the first time for individuals, and it's crazy. So if you have any questions, let me know, and let me just see if I have any questions here. Chris joined. Lad says, hey, what's up? Okay, hey, what's up, man? So anyway, but definitely share this with somebody, if if you know anybody who wants to market or anything. This is going to take people's business to the next level. I did have somebody today. They asked me. They said, what? They said, well, I don't really like it. Like, I don't want to market to people who don't know me. And I said, I didn't say this to them, but I just wanted to say this in general. If you don't know how to market to people who don't know you, then you probably don't have a thriving business. Anybody with a thriving business knows how to convert cold traffic or cold audiences into warm audiences, and you need to know and have technology and mechanisms to get people who don't know you, cold audiences, and bring them in to your atmosphere, to your environment, to your ecosystem, or whatever it is. And so this right here is no different than sending flyers, sending emails, putting a sign out in front of your store or whatever. It lets people know that you're there, and lets them know how they can get a hold of you and what advantage you have, your discount, your whatever it is, your open house, whatever it is. So, all right, guys, I'm not going to make this long, but I just wanted to share that. Let me know if you have any questions. By the way, just go ahead and type in yes or like this. Just hit like, and I'll make sure that we notify you. And it works anywhere in the world, okay? So you don't have to be in America. If you're anywhere in the world, you can buy them. You can even send them you can send them into a. I just want to be clear on this. You can send them into America, plan them, have people hold them in their homes or put them somewhere, and it'll notify you if I'm near yours. I click on it, I fill out the lead form, or I look at your information, and now I'm going to call you about your marketing services or your web services or your web design or whatever you do. If I know this is a gig-based society, and there's all kinds of stuff like that happens around the world. So let me look at any comments here. Let's just joined in this box that transmits Bluetooth. Yes, it transmits over Bluetooth near field communication, and it's up to 100 yards. So it's pretty far, 300 feet, about 100 meters. I just heard about this. This device doesn't tether to my phone, so it doesn't have to be in proximity of me. It has nothing to do with what kind of phone I have. It has everything to do with what kind of phone the users, the consumers out there have. So around the globe, there's 1.6 billion Android phones. 80% of the world uses a Android device. Okay, in the U.S., there's 50, depending on where you look, it's 52 to 56% of Americans are using Android. That's 108 million people are using Android. So it's really huge. So as long as they have Android and as long as they have the Bluetooth on, this thing works. So once again, let me know if you guys want to know how to get these for free. Like I said, there's a small service plan, but you don't have to pay the $150,000 or $1 million solutions that we used to sell these for in the enterprise, so people can get a hold of them. All right, guys, thanks for being here, and I hope you have a really great evening, and I will talk to you later.